Hi guys, as promised we're going to do a mandala today. So what you do is you draw 5 circles within each other, and I'm going to show you now how to divide the circle like a pie. These lines helps you to distribute and shape the patterns we're going to use. I know not all of you, if you have one at home, you can use one of these pacers, I think they call them. I had to borrow my son's. Otherwise, use different size lids, whatever you have. With lids, it's a bit difficult to get them that they are even. It's fine if they're not, as long as they don't cross each other. That's cool. It will make, I think, the mandala actually quite interesting. But anyway, let me show you how to divide it now. So first I'm going to start by dividing it in half. Alright. Then on the inner circle, because it's easier here, judge with your eye where the halfway mark is. Alright, mark it on one side and then using your ruler, mark it on the other side and divide it again. And you keep on doing this again, halfway, and divide the entire thing. Alright, halfway. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to use, because we have 5 circles, we're going to start off pretty simple, and we're going to use 5 simple patterns. Now you can vary your patterns, make adjustments here and there. The first one we're going to use, now let me move it a bit further away. The first one we're going to use is this one. The second one we're going to use are little leaves or petals like that. The third one we're going to use are like those little domes, but bigger ones. The fourth one we're going to use are these patterns that we all learned in grade 1 and the last one we're going to use are bubbles. Now the bubbles already gave them variations. There's the first one. The second one looks like this. And the last one looks like this. So we can use those 5 patterns. Alright. So let's begin. I think it would be easier and wiser to start from the center and build it outwards. Okay, so how it works is, let's say for instance we use the petal but a bit of a variation to make like a little flower thingy in the center. Now you'll see that there are parts open there in the middle. Let me just get my glasses so I can see properly. You can cover those parts, color them in. All right. Those parts, color them in. Any weird, empty, negative spaces in between the patterns, you can fill. That's what they call it. You fill them, and when you're done with everything, you can make the edges, the boundaries between the different levels or stages of the mandalas or puzzles. You can just redefine them with a darker line. With a darker line around each. You can do that as well. This is pretty simple and straightforward. When I need to explain something else, I'll stop. But I think for the rest of the mandala, I'm going to fast forward because it's pretty straightforward. You just literally use your patterns and you draw the entire thing. Cover the entire thing with patterns. Now what I saw what most people do in the mandalas is that they use the outer circle, the outer ring, kind of like a lacy end off to the patterns. So that's something to think about. Let's start at the beginning, in the center. Okay, I'm going to fast forward here. Before we move on to the next circle, I forgot to say, do the entire mandala in pencil first. If you have any type of fine liners, especially colored fine liners like these, or other kokies, or maybe colored ballpoint pens, you can use those afterwards to go over the patterns and the lines, and maybe even color it in some places. But if you only have pencils at home, use your pencils, that's fine. If you have colored pencils at home, you can use those to go over the lines or to color the mandala in afterwards. Whatever, there are no rules. Whatever you have at home, that's the beauty about this. Whatever you have at home, you can use. Okay, so let's move on to the next oath. I wanted to do this so that it looks more like a flower. Give it little flicky lines in the middle. There you go. All right. Now we can move on to the next part. Now, after this, when you go over it all now with your pencil, you can just darken that circle that goes around this. And you've seen in this pattern that I used fillers, these little bubbles and smaller triangles, just to make it more interesting. I think I'm done for now. I may keep it and later go over it with felter pens or something, but I think this is it for now. I must admit, this is only the second mandala that I've ever completed in my life. I've started many of them, never completed any. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.